Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about the Z-44, the recent campaign ship. I see a lot of people struggle with the ship, and my personal opinion, I posted on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, is that it's basically a crippled Z-46. So it has one torpedo more per set and 2 kilometer more range, but that's basically the added benefits. And you suffer one barrel of guns, you suffer a worse turret traverse angle, and you suffer many other things. You suffer the sonar, you don't have a reload booster. So basically you need to play the ship as a torpedo boat, but you cannot engage close range combat with other destroyers. And this very much limits this ship, what you can do and how you can perform. And it's especially difficult if you have to engage carriers, because the AA is basically not existent in this ship. So all this ship offers is the status to be a premium ship, so it will account for the premium supplies tier 8. So if you're a destroyer main like myself, you don't only have to use the higher T, but you now have a second ship, which is the Z-44. But despite all the negative parts, I want to encourage you to play the ship, and I'm going to show you the next half hour how I play the ship. I played about 15 games in it, and my win rate is my usual 64 something percent. Playing only solo, you know, I only play solo, I never play divisions. So it's a good ship, and it can work if you know what to do. And but you have to spec it specifically for torpedoes, and I will talk you through how I play this ship now. So since I have to run this ship as a torpedo boat, first of all, we are using the torpedo focused captain. And we're changing the inspiration. That's the main thing here. I'm using Tanaka as an inspiration to boost the torpedo damage by 5% basic, and I get rid of one concealment. So I exchange Swirsky or Bay, whatever you use, for Tanaka, giving the ship 5% more torpedo ship as an inspiration. Of course, I use the legendary mod, so for every kill I get another 5% torpedo damage, because the basic torpedo damage of this ship is pretty low with 14k. And given the ship runs against legendary ships, the battleships have a torpedo protection of 30-40%. So the net damage you will deal to one of the battleships usually is like 5k per torpedo, and even though you have one torpedo more per set, it doesn't really help you. So the basic thing what you want to achieve is you want to have good damage against other destroyers and cruisers, but mainly you want to trigger floods against the big boys. And to achieve that, you can run this ship with the Mosquito perk. The Mosquito perk is a perk which reduces your reload time down to 40% in this ship, in this setup, despite while the standard setup is about 55 seconds. So you will have one set of 5 torpedoes every 20 seconds if you time it right. And this is a very good thing to trigger floodings, and you will see in the next game. This is just for showing the game, the ship a little bit while I talk to you. But in the next game, I will show you how to really succeed in the ship with Mosquito perk. Here in this game, I don't run the Mosquito perk, I run the standard setup. But with the Mosquito perk, you can be really nasty. What you have to understand with this ship is it's not a ship to contest cap. So you're lacking the sonar. The only thing is what you have is you have a good concealment. So you can do some good spotting unless you run into radar, planes, or whatever there is. You have to move off. So this ship is a second line supporter. It's not a first line combat ship. You need to stay away. You need to do the long range torping. And having said that, you need a very high skill ceiling. You have a very high skill ceiling because you exactly need to predict outside the prediction marker where to top to still hit slowing down battleships, speeding up battleships, turning battleships, and most players struggle with that. So that's why I think most players will have a hard time playing the Z-44 because they simply struggle to predict 30 seconds ahead where players will be and torp that area instead of coming around the corner and torp somebody on 4 kilometer. And you will have a lot of misses in torpedoes, but you can still get a lot of hits, which you can see in my next 2 games actually. So I've added 3 games out of the, I don't know, 14 I played last night, just to test the ship out for you. And yeah, the ship is needs a huge buff in my opinion. So still my verdict is it's a totally crippled Z-46, and I would take the 46 over the 44 anytime because of the much better guns and the sonar and all the advantages the 46 has. The only advantage this ship has is it's a premium ship, so you get 50% more silver, more XP, and it accounts for the premium supplies. That's basically the only benefit the ship has. Other than that, you always want to take the 46. So I'm expecting a huge buff of this ship in the near future from Wargaming. And we will see what they do. But in my opinion, this ship needs sonar, or it needs better guns, or it needs even further improved torpedoes. Whatever they do, I don't know. But this ship needs some much better stats in certain aspects. It's too far away from the 46. So having said that, now it's anyway too late to get the ship because the campaign is over. I'm sorry for coming back to you guys late because I was very busy with other games like Baldur's Gate and Starfield. But I wanted to test it out and I didn't rush the campaign, so I just played the standard campaign for a while. And I got it last week, and now I found the time to play it a little bit. So let's talk you through some games I played here. And again, we're starting off. I'm using the Mosquito perk in this first game, and so in the second game coming now. And I used this configuration in the first and the third game, so you know both of them. And I equipped the legendary mod. Again, it has the epic part, which gives you a 5% faster torpedo reload for every 30,000 damage you do, which means you can boost the Mosquito reload from 40 seconds down to 36 seconds, or actually down to 32 seconds if you get a 20% improvement with the legendary mod. And also you can get up to 25% increased damage, which is huge. And yeah, it makes sense. So let's talk you through this game. We're starting off at the sea cap. And because of the 12 kilometer range and the very fast reload of 40 seconds, we just dropped some random torps cross map, and we're basically gonna spam torpedoes everywhere and every few seconds. So you can't do any wrong in spamming wherever you want, but you need to make sure and be attentive. You see I have a concealment of 5.0. So you need to be attentive about enemy destroyers and stay away from that, because there's little to no chance to win any fight. The guns are good to finish an enemy destroyer and use the smoke to get your concealment back, but other than that, you need to rely on your team to deal with enemy destroyers. So here I'm targeting different ships, different cruiser battleships. I'm just putting some area torpedoes down, and you can see I'm already reloaded in another 25 seconds. So these can really be nasty to prevent camping players. You force them to move out, and we're starting to get the cap here. The enemy destroyer is staying outside the cap. You have a couple of ships coming over here, so it's the side where it's 6 versus 3, so I'm one of the 3, and you see we run into the Östergötland. We're dropping our torps, we're putting the smoke, we're not engaging with guns, maybe 1 or 2 shots, but that's it. And we don't want to face the Oster, because even it's a tier 7 ship. Its guns are devastating against our weak 44 guns. In a 46, I would have won the gunfight against the Oster because I would have set up my sonar, and the much better guns would have made short work of the Ostergotland. But in the 44, there is not a slight chance. So back to the Aga, we're heading back to our team. We don't want to take any risk here. We keep spamming torpedoes. You see the next set is already back, and yeah, just spam, spam, spam. That's basically it. And then again, you see the prediction marker moving. So you need to predict where this player will be moving in about 30-40 seconds. Once the torpedoes reach him. And I think this is the difficult part where people struggle. You cannot target close range. You have to target long range. You have to know about where people will be, what their tactics will be. And you see this Agir is speeding up, but I'm thinking he will use the island as cover. So he's probably going to slow down, but you can't be sure. So that's why I'm torping different positions. I'm topping you see now I'm going back to the battleship. I'm going to the Agir because I think he will slow down once he finished our battleship. And you need to do a lot of guesswork here. But again here, now you see our own team was wiped, our 2 ships, and now they're coming around. And they probably camp between these islands, so my next move will be to aim in between these islands. You see the battleship coming, you see the cruiser there. And the cruiser is pretty low in health, so that's why I'm thinking, let's engage with the guns and get it down. Let's use AP here. The AP is pretty strong. It is the 3000 HP damage bullet. So now I'm topping this gap, and I will engage with the guns here despite not having a smoke ready. But it's too juicy to get this Agir down, and you see we are already 1 ship down in ship counts, and I have to take certain risks, knowing the Ostergotland is behind me. But I might use the island coming into between the ships and myself as a cover. And my torps hit, so this is very good. We got rid of the Agir, and one by one we're gonna get them. And you see there is another destroyer next to me, and both of us we are going to torp the Giuseppe, and we have a good positioning in this game. You have to watch this. It's a Pan-Asian destroyer, and he drops deep water torpedoes, and we constantly cross-torping the remaining ships. And this really helps to get some hits down. That's a good co-work with the Xiang. He's Xiang, or I don't know how you call this ship. And the Giuseppe Verdi is reversing, but again, we're torping every position where he can be, and you see the amount of torps in the water. Every torp only does a raw damage of around 10k at the moment, with 5% boost from the legendary module and 5% from Tanaka. So it's 10.8 or something at the moment. So probably you hit a net damage of 6-7k at the Giuseppe Verdi per torp. But again, nasty floodings can occur, and this is what will bring down ships. So we have the Oster here again, and again we want to avoid that. So we don't open up, we just stay concealed, and the Oster is a little bit afraid of us as well. So he goes back, and we don't fight it out right now, we postpone it for later. And let's put the torps down. Like I said in the beginning, the biggest threat for this ship is every ship which can unconceal you, and mainly this is carriers with the planes, this is sonar, and of course this is radar. And once you're radared, you're screwed if the enemy team is attentive. And it's quite okay that you can long range torp and you stay at the edge of any radar, but once you're radared, you have to move out. And yeah, it's a little bit difficult to play. So again, this ship has a pretty high skill ceiling. You see there's some radar here. And yeah, it's pretty long lasting usually, so we go tail in, we move out, we try to get rid of the radar range, and after 40 seconds we go back and attack again. And you can see that Giuseppe was hit by one of the Pan-Asian destroyer torpedoes, and now my torpedoes are incoming. So it's a good teamwork here. And once these people camp in a given spot, they're easy targets. And most people consider this using cover behind an eilidge being a good tactic, but it's not against long-range destroyers. As you can see, you analyze the ship count and you analyze the points. And you see we're leading the caps, but cap A is being contested right now. So the game is pretty much equal weighted. And we need to make sure we don't lose the A cap and we get the C cap and we get more kills. But the enemy will get the A cap, and then we will be in trouble because they will accumulate more points than we can do. So I have to get into the C cap now, despite not wanting to go against the Ostergotland, but I have to, otherwise we will lose the game. And I'm a little bit confident because the other destroyer is with me. So should we run into the Oster, we have a lot of guns to deal with the Oster. And we have a quick reload of torps. That's why I did some zone torping south of the island. And I'm not sure where the Oster will be. Will he be north? Will he be south? But actually you will see him pop up in front of me. And then we need to have a very quick reaction how we deal with it. You see here's the Ostergotland. And now you see the other destroyer opened up already. So we need to make a turn and we need to keep him spotted. We need to avoid the torpedoes, and then we want to get rid of our own torpedoes. And of course we want to torp the position where he beached right now, because we lose spotting, and also we torp the position reversing, so that should finish him off. And he lost sight to us, so that was the best situation I could get into. And the fast reload torpedoes really helped here. And yeah, finally we got the Oster. But again, you really have to pick your fights in this ship. You really have to know how to fight other destroyers and how to aim foremost. So now we got the cap here, and we move on to the B cap, because you can see from the last position markers the battleships are heading to B, and I expect them to take the B cap pretty soon. They're in a huge point lead now, because they're leading one ship. They're soon leading the cap, because they will get the B cap. So we have to prevent them to get the B as much as possible. And as you can see, we already got 2 caps. We got 9 torpedo hits. We got 5 floods. We didn't do too much damage here. But the thing is, this ship isn't a big damage dealer. So I think my biggest damage was 100k or something like that. But this ship can finish off battleships because of the amount of torpedoes it can spam. And here now we have to predict the enemy course, especially for the Georgia. And you see, it comes in handy now that we are 2 destroyers. And the Pan-Asian, he will torp the Giuseppe from the front as he is turning into my torpedoes and my second set of torpedoes. I just spammed like 35 seconds later. You see we have a 3 times legendary reload booster now, or two times epic reload booster. So that means we are reloading 8% faster now. That's about 36 seconds right now. So that's really nasty. And you see the Giuseppe needs to turn into the Pan-Asian torpedo, and now I can catch him fully broadside while he tries to avoid the other torpedoes. And that is going to finish him off. And he's remaining with a flood already from the Panasian guy. And the same goes on with the other ships. And of course they want to stay in the B cap because they want it, so that makes movement prediction a little bit easier. So I'm expecting the Giuseppe to make a left turn. He obviously wants to avoid the torpedoes, so we give it a huge lead for the left turn. And then we hope that our cruiser is going to take the A cap, but unfortunately he's not. So if you are that cruiser, you have to take the A cap, because you see we're still behind in points, and now they got the B cap, so B will accumulate points and A also. And if we don't take the A cap, we're probably gonna lose this game unless we get a lot of kills. So the team is relying on me to get the kill here. And yeah, we will get the kill, we will get the Kraken, we will get a lot of torpedo hits, and it will be a last second win, to tell you right now. But if the game had lasted 30 seconds longer, we would have lost because the cruiser didn't take the A cap. And that is why you need situational awareness as a battleship, as a cruiser. You need to get into the cap. And yeah, it makes it pretty difficult because this destroyer cannot get into the caps. Now it can because there's a cruiser and a battleship. But again, it's dangerous against cruisers and all their surveillance tools. So we focus on capping. We're hoping for the clock to tick down, so 40 seconds left. We spam one final set of torpedoes, and we're heading to the A cap, but it will be too late. And yeah, it will just be a matter of seconds. And Atlantico moving forward, we would have gotten the Atlantico if the game would have lasted longer. So now we got another torpedo hit, and you can see close to 100k damage, 10 seconds to go. Pretty close match here. And we got the Kraken, we got 15 torpedo hits, we got 2 captures. So I think this is a serious game. We will get 2,850, I think, base XP for the game. Top 1, and I got a lot of top 1 games in this ship as well. So the ship isn't bad as such, but if you compare it with the Z-46, its bigger sister, it's a much downgraded 46. So whatever you can do in this ship, you can do in the 46 much better. And also the 46, I have shown you guys a couple of videos with the mosquito perk, and it's yeah, the 46 is a ridiculous good ship. So you need to have it. It's a tech tour ship, everybody can get it. That's really worth it. The 44 is not really worth it. I wouldn't take it if it wasn't a campaign ship, and if I wasn't a destroyer main collecting all the destroyers. I don't have any other ships, I don't run cruisers, I don't run battleships, just from time to time. So I don't care for the other ships, but I want to have all the destroyers, just to give you guys an opinion. And this is the reason why I have it. So this is the last game I'm playing here, and this is some reduced player count per team game, because somebody probably turned crossplay off, which is a stupid idea. And you see we are the only destroyer here, but we're running against the Radar Wooster. And I'll leave you guys alone with this game so you can see how I play against the Radar Cruiser, and how I play this game being the single destroyer. And I think these 3 games give you a pretty good idea of how you could play this game, how you could play and perform in this game. And basically I'm going to tell all my haters who don't allow me to criticize the Z-44 for being a bad destroyer. Yes, I can play in this game, and I can perform in this game because I have the skill for it. But still, it's a bad destroyer. It's much worse than the 46, and being a premium ship, it should be a much better. It should be on par with the 46. It shouldn't be much crippled. And I think Wargaming urgently needs to buff the ship. Yes, I will be better performing than I perform now in this ship, but I think the average player will really struggle in this ship. because they lack the experience where to torp, when to torp, how to torp, and it's just the point of, or the time of impact from the aim predictor to when the torpedoes reach the ship is just too long, with 40 seconds for the average player, and yeah, that makes it pretty difficult and gives this ship a pretty high skill ceiling. Having said that, we have come to an end, and I hope you liked my review and my tips and my setups. And I would appreciate any feedback, any thumbs up to the video, and if you subscribe to my channel. Even though I reduced the frequency of posting videos, but as you can see, I'm not giving up the game, but at the moment I'm reducing the time I spent. Yeah, but still, give it a subscribe. I won't spam any useless videos, so I'm still focusing on quality videos to give you guys good tips. So thank you for watching, and think you out there like always. Bye bye and have a good time. This is how I show my love. I made it.